Here you guys go. So I know you can't see yourself, but I can. So this is this is Morgan.
Hi.
Hi, and this is Karen.
Hello.
So you guys had me do sell the house for you. Tell the people a little more about how things went during our open house. We had an hour open house Saturday, an open house Sunday, and how convenient you think it was. I know you guys have cats and all that good stuff, so maybe you can just share with people really quickly.
Well, it was very transparent, the whole transaction,
Okay.
and it fulfilled everything that Leo told us it would do.
Okay. So we got the people in here. We got a lot of people in here,
The,
right?
the open
we had
house,
lots.
you had lots of groups in on Saturday, and you even had more on Sunday.
In fact, you had some cameras here, right? And you were able to see all the people.
We could visually see that there were a lot of warm bodies in here.
Right.
Several times there were multiples, different groups,
Right.
looking down the hallway, talking to Leo, walking around the other rooms.
So basically, we had to show the house twice, right? We only had 1 hour Saturday, 1 hour Sunday, and Monday we met and we went over offers, correct?
Right, we had
Correct.
3 offers.
Right. And we got you actually more than you guys were asking for, is that
Yes,
correct?
we came back on the top 2 offers and actually pushed the bid a bit higher.
Yes.
And both of them were accepted, and then we had the pleasure of actually selecting the buyer who was going to take our home.
Awesome, awesome. And the only other time you have to leave the house is during the inspection. I think that was the only inconvenience, but otherwise, you didn't have to leave, you didn't have to worry about having dinner at home,
Right.
or having to take a shower and having somebody come in. We did not even have a lockbox on your property, right?
Right.
Because there was only 2 showings. That was it.
Well,
Right?
and the way you
Correct.
set this up, you set it up so you have the only key. So we don't have willy-nilly agents just popping in. We
Right.
had a couple people ask in advance of the open house about seeing the house prelim.
Right.
And we just pointed them back to you or to the open house.
Right.
And so it funneled everybody to that point in time. And even after the Saturday one closed at 2 o'clock, we had people trickling up as late as 2:30, and I was calling you.
And what happened before the open house? Before we had that open, do you remember how many people were outside? Do you remember you
There
came
were quite
in?
a few. We were trying
There
to go
are
out,
people still driving by.
Really? Looking at the house?
checking at
That's
the properties.
Yeah, before we even had the launch, we had like people standing outside just waiting, right? We had
Right.
quite a few people waiting just to get in.
Right, and we were inside, so you said, please let these sellers
Right.
exit before we open the house. And we were on time for our opening, but there was an
Okay.
eager energy of
Okay.
people that wanted to see it right away,
Awesome.
with their agent or without an agent.
And then I told you guys you've been fantastic clients. Really, you've done everything I've asked you to do, because everything that I've asked you to do was obviously to benefit you and to be able to get you top dollar and get things done. Anything else you guys want to say? Bad, good, that's fine.
Leo's a great guy to work for. Work with, work for. We're a team. He's a negotiator on our benefit and on his benefit, which also benefits us.
Right.
We've seen some of the transaction things. When I called with any questions, you were eager to answer. My husband had a few questions. We got those answered thoroughly. And I know my husband was not happy with other companies we had checked into before we went with Leo.
Right.
But we were so impressed with how he sold that other home, same style
Right.
home.
And
in a
Morgan
short
actually
period
did
of
the
time.
same thing. Morgan came to my other property
Right.
that was selling around the corner, right? When I was doing the same thing. You saw a lot of people
Correct.
there.
I previewed that house.
Right.
And our house was,
Even primo.
Even better, yes.
it was much better.
But there was a lot of people in there when you came in, right? The same thing. We had a lot of
Right.
people coming
There
through.
were-
A lot of energy.
There must have been eight
people in there, they say.
groups
Right, right,
that Sunday.
right. Not a typical open house
No.
as you go to see. So.
No.
Or
Not a
the way
typical
other
open house.
companies will do with single appointments.
Yeah.
My daughter recently sold their house up in Marietta, and they went through the single appointment method.
Right.
They have
It
two-
makes the sale of a home unintrusive.
Exactly.
for the seller.
And you don't need to interrupt your life. Like I said, especially if you have, I think,
extra
pets.
things.
If you have pets, if you have
Children.
kids. In fact, like I said, I've had situations where agents would open the door and the owner would be coming out of the shower because there was no connection. So it just, like I said, the whole idea is to make it more convenient. But I appreciate your time. I appreciate you as a client.
And you got
Yeah.
us top dollar. We really appreciate it. And it looks like the new buyers are super happy with the selection. They're eager to move in, as we are eager to take off and into our adventure into
Awesome.
Idaho.
We set a new standard in our community.
Yes, it was a new high actually for the property.
With the appraisal.
Yes, so we were able to push the appraisal up and we were able to make things happen. And like I said, I'm really glad to work with you guys. And thank you for this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We appreciate it, Leo.